Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, welcome to TJK Network. My name is Zach, and we welcome you to another rival game featuring the Pequannock Golden Panthers versus the Kinnelon Colts. Pequannock coming off a heartbreaking loss in extra time, 1-0 to Morristown in the first round of the county tournament. And Kinnelon currently with a record of 8-4-1, both pretty good teams. Pequannock's record now being 12-1-0, of course, after that loss. Gonna be a solid matchup, and let's get ready for this game. But before we get ready for our kickoff, go over our starting goalkeeper. That is number 0, Zoe Wisner. Record of 12-1-0 with a total of 58 saves. I'm not sure if that is correctly updated from NJ.com, but that's what it's recording for us. And the save average is 4.83. Starting goalkeeper for, I believe, the Kinnelon Colts is also number 0, except her name is Kelly Donaldson. Both the same number, and actually both wearing the same color jersey too, light, vibrant green. Getting ready for the first half, of course, and then later on after this game, hopefully we were able to catch it in time. We also got the boys soccer, who are also playing Kinnelon, but this time they are playing on the road at Kinnelon High School, and we will be covering that at TJK Network Studios. That'll be a part of our doubleheader. That was a last-minute one, so they'll be on TJK Network too, and on the radio station in case if NFHS Network with Kinnelon don't want them using our feed, we can always have at least that form of coverage still available. So buckle up for this doubleheader rivalry sensation. And we thank you guys for watching this on TJK Network. And the football team practicing on Pequannock Stadium Field. They'll be playing North Warren for the final regular season game this week. And Pequannock's football team has been pretty good this year. A big turnaround from what they were last year. Right now they are 5-2, coming off a Hanover Park win, 31-24. Nearly gave up that game right there as they were leading 24-3. And Hanover Park, with the last 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, were able to score, I believe, 3 touchdowns, which tied the game at 24 apiece. But Pequannock was able to get a lucky touchdown at the end, that being Dylan DeNaples. I believe that was at the last minute or with less than a minute remaining to seal the deal and get Pequannock the game winner there. So that results in them being 5-2, and they'll face North Warren for senior night, and I'll be at home. And actually, for senior night, they're actually going to represent me because I am a senior. And I am, of course, the team's broadcaster. Appreciate the honor. North Warren will be with a record of 3-4. Pequannock being 5-2, of course. So this is going to be a solid matchup. North Warren blew them out 33-6 last year, if I'm correct. And North Warren finished 6-3 after the playoffs and stuff. And Pequannock finished 5-6. And right now, Pequannock currently doing better record-wise. And of course, girls soccer. Speaking of go back into this game before we start for the kickoff. If Pequannock girls soccer team wins this game, I believe they will win the conference first place. No shocker. Even though they did lose that one game, they'll finish, well, not finish, they'll clinch the top of the record, 13-1. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for the kickoff. And here we go. Currently with it, number 10, Cirillo. And it was given to Trezenovic. And then it's picked off. Pequannock on it now with Addie Van Letten. At center, pass to Riley Chomko. And now, Katrina McMahon to try to bring it in. Brought in. And it'll be kicked out right away. And now with it, Emily Ziegler bringing it in. Emily Ziegler will get it up at the front of the net. And Kelly Donaldson will pick up that loose ball that trickled right to her as she will kick it out to center. Victoria Locke to bring it in. And that ball will go out of bounds. And Baker to kick for the Colts. Ball goes out again. Panthers going to have the possession with Katrina McMahon to bring it back in. Up high by Rachel Cunningham. Off of Caitlin Ziegler. And that ball finds its way to Kinnelon again and makes its way out to center. Alexandra Ortega at the sideline. Now Shayla Osmansky. She will bring it in. Ball brought towards the net, and it will hit the side of the net. And it's kicked out. Alexandra Ortega back in with it. Alexandra Ortega at the sideline making moves. She'll bring it to the corner. And she'll try to pass it, but it's picked off. And then taken back. And then, of course, Kinnelon takes it back again. At center. Rushing at the sideline. Pequannock is taking it back to their zone with about a one-on-one. It's picked off by Cerullo. Brought up front. Zoe Wisner does not get out of her net as the ball will go out of bounds. And kicked out. And then picked off. And currently with it, number 21, Gigante. And then it's picked off. Rachel Cunningham with it. At center. Attempted pass to Riley Chomko. And she won't be able to get to it. Bringing it back in, number 6. I'm not sure who that is. There's 2 number 6s on our roster here. That either could be Gianna Famularo or Jess Stubbs. Brought back in. Van Letten kicks it up high and out to center. And it's passed and taken by Doty. Out center still. And brought in. Addie Van Letten with it. Van Letten at the corner. Taken out a bit. Battling with it. Drazenovic. And then picked off again. Victoria Locke it goes off of. And that's kicked out to center. Rachel Cunningham with it. She'll take it back. Addie Van Letten now. And then Samantha Cunha goes off of. Kicked up high. And it will go out. Brought back into play. And brought up high. We'll go off ahead. Victoria Locke to bring it up high too. Off one of the Kinnelon Colts heads. Players' heads. At center. Battling for it. Picked off by Ortega. Out Van Letten. Brings it across. Victoria Locke finds her way to it. Samantha Cunha with it now. Cunha. And then it's taken back by the Colts. Big battle at center. Makes its way to Pequannock's side of the field. And Zoe Wisner will have to get out of her net to grab it. Zoe Wisner kicks it out. Not entirely to center. Kinnelon tries to set up. Currently on it. Mullick will kick it wide of the net right side. And Van Letten with the kick. Makes its way to center. Kinnelon with it. And they will take it in. Or attempt to. It's picked off and brought up to center. Ball makes its way into Kinnelon's zone. Rushing for it. It's Ortega. And currently with it, Caitlin Ziegler. Shot just over the net. And it's kicked out. Not out to center. Still in Kinnelon's zone. Brought up high by number 6. And brought up high to center. Emily Ziegler. Brings it up high. Goes off the head. Katrina McMahon keeps it in play at center. And that ball makes its way. And it's brought up front. And Zoe Wisner to grab onto it. Zoe Wisner kicks it out to center. Battle for it. Currently with it, Drazenovic. It's picked off. Samantha Cunha, and it goes out of bounds. You're getting the broadcast tonight. You are? You going? You going there? No, home. Brought back into play. And it will go out of bounds. And that ball will make its way to Zoe Wisner, and she will grab onto it. Kicked up high, off of Victoria Locke. Kaylin Ziegler now with it, battling for it. Ball makes its way back into the Colts territory. And a shot stopped by Donaldson. And that ball goes out of bounds again. Pequannock still with it in Kinnelon's zone. Shot, and it's blocked away by Donaldson. Brought back into play. Brought up high. And it will go out of bounds. Katrina McMahon to bring it back into play. Brought back in. Up high to center, nearly to center. Emily Ziegler to keep it in. Shayla Osmansky brings it to the net, and it will just go over. And Julia Baker to kick for the Colts. Kicked, not out to center, still in, as Kaylin Ziegler pushes it in more, tries to give it to Riley Chomko, but it makes its way to a Colt. Now currently with it is Paradeka. At center, Veronica. And now currently with it, Shayla Osmansky. And then at center again, Cerullo. Now to Veronica. Taken in at the side to Cerullo. Kicked. Makes its way to Avado. Shot and in. And Kinnelon will start off on the board. That ball will make its way across, and Kinnelon had room there to take the shot, and they'll capitalize and get on the board first in the game. And this is now a 1-0 game. And we'll have a whistle on that. Pequannock will get a kick. And here's the kick towards the net, and it goes over. And kicked out. At center, and through center, makes its way out of bounds. Brought in. Now Riley DeCumber with it. And out of bounds. Brought in. And go off the head of Veronica. And out of bounds. Pequannock with the ball again. Katrina McMahon to bring it back in. Brought in to Cecilia Colvin. She'll get knocked down. Addie Van Letten with the kick. Gets kicked away by Avado. At center. Makes its way through center. Addie Van Letten with it. And she'll kick it to Samantha Cunha. Brought across to Riley DeCumber. Cecilia Colvin. Now Riley DeCumber will make her way to it. Get it through. Brought back in off the head of Cunha. And off the head of Van Letten. Shayla Osmansky to take it to Ortega. Now back to Van Letten. And Donaldson will make her way out of the net to grab the ball. Right up high. Katrina McMahon. And now Rachel Cunningham slides to keep it in play. Kicked over. And Van Letten there to bring it out. Going with it. Veronica. Battling with two at front of her. And it's picked off and kicked away by Van Letten. Currently with it. Doty. Ortega tries to get a piece of it and it goes out of bounds. Brought back in. Cecilia Colvin with it. And now Samantha Cunha. And that ball makes its way out. Brought back in. And out to center. Currently with it, Emily Ziegler. Kinnelon is able to get back that possession from center. Brought up high. And Rachel Cunningham to bring it up high. Cecilia Colvin trying to battle with it with Parodica. And Parodica now with pressure from Riley DeCumber. And Panthers are able to get it. Rachel Cunningham with it. On the rush. And Kelly Donaldson gets out of her net to grab it. Kicked up high to center. Makes its way to Rachel Cunningham. Shayla Osmansky to bring it in. Kick towards the net, and it'll go wide right side. Kicks back into play. It'll go off ahead. Kept in the zone by Shayla Osmansky. Riley to cover, trying to put pressure. Makes his way out to center with Ziegler. Emily Ziegler. Katrina McMahon. Try to keep it in, but it's out. Brought in. Cerullo. Panthers. Try to keep it in, but it makes its way out to center. We are under halfway to go. Well, actually, I should say a little over halfway to go in our first half with 19:45 to go. Currently with it, Ortega. And that ball goes out. Right up high. It was out, so Pequannock to bring it back in with Samantha Cunha to do that. Kinnelon able to get it out to center. Trina McMahon with it. And that ball is passed from Rachel Cunningham to Cecilia Colvin, and then to Riley DeCumber. And makes his way back to center. And then Rachel Cunningham with it to bring it in. Riley DeCumber. Tries to pass it, but makes its way to a Colt. Out of Van Letten at center to bring it in. At center. And out. Trina McMahon to bring it back in. And she will. And it will go out to the stands. McMahon brings it back in again. And it enters the zone. Riley Chomko with it. Found for it. One-on-one Cerullo. Makes its way out. And Addie Van Letten to kick it back in. And it will make its way to Donaldson as she'll hold on to it. Kicked up high. And Rachel Cunningham brings that toward Kinnelon zone with Riley Chomko with it. Emily Ziegler brings it up high and in. Shayla Osmansky with it. And that ball currently in possession of Kinnelon. And makes its way to Panther zone. Zoe Wisner will pick it up. Be sure to tune in later on tonight on TJK Network 2 for the boys soccer game against the Kinnelon Colts. That being hosted at Kinnelon. It's going to be a good game. And Kinnelon with the kick. It'll go off the head of Addie Van Letten. And it'll make its way towards the net. Zoe Wisner to pick it up. And Zoe Wisner to kick it out to center. That ball was out of bounds, so Kinnelon to bring it back in. Throw him back in. Go off a couple bodies, and it makes its way out again. And brought back in. Brought up high. And Shayla Osmansky brings it to Ortega. Alexandra Ortega tries to bring it in. We'll go off a couple bodies, but Panthers are still able to capitalize and bring it in. Shayla Osmansky with it. Toward the net. And it's snatched by Donaldson. Kicked up high to center. Riley Chomko fanned on that kick. Went out. Kinnelon to bring it back in. Riley Chomko trying to battle with it with Cerullo. Now pass to Baker. And now Parodica. And it's taken Caitlin Ziegler. And now Ortega with it. Ortega with a shot. Stopped by Donaldson. Rebound still loose. And it's blocked on the rebound. Pequannock with two very close chances to tie this game up. Pequannock to get a corner kick. Here's the corner kick. Off the head. And just over wide right side of the net, I would say. And to kick it, Julia Baker bringing it out. And it's kicked offset to center, and it'll go up high. Emily Ziegler brings it back in. Shayla Osmansky keeps it in. Makes its way to a Colt again, but not out, as Samantha Cunha keeps it in once again. Goes off the head of Caitlin Ziegler, and she'll keep it up high, and then brought up high by a Colt. Off the head again. And Kinnelon not able to get it out still. On the rush, Alexandra Ortega brings it up at front, and just off the post, I believe that went. Panthers were close to getting that. Refs rule towards Pequannock's offensive direction. And Addie Van Letten to kick. Here's the kick towards the net, and just wide right side. And it's kicked out. Ortega making a move. She tries to bring it in. It's blocked. Samantha Cunha battling with it. She keeps it in. A little too much with that as it'll go out of bounds. Careful with that, you're disconnecting that camera. And shot towards the net and hit the left side. And that will be kicked out. Battling for it, and it's picked off by Drazenovic and passed to Molik. Chomko tries to rush to it, and it's out. Katrina McMahon to bring it back in. Brought back in. Battle for it. Chomko able to get it out. Chomko tripped on that, and the refs will make the call. Van Letten to kick it in. Off Ortega, and it makes its way in. Panthers are able to capitalize on that. And this game is now tied 1-1. We're going to take a look at that replay. We'll see who scored that. I believe that was Alexandra Ortega with it. And this game is now tied at 1 apiece. And it's brought in towards Pequannock zone. Kinnelon putting on pressure. It's picked off by Victoria Locke. At center now. Going with it. Rodica. She'll fall down on that. Shayla Osmansky to bring it in. Caitlin Zegler with it. Now Ortega from the side. Ortega with the move. Kick towards that front. And it goes right past the net. Kelly Donaldson falling down on that. And Pequannock to get a corner kick. Shayla Osmansky to kick for the corner kick. Here's the corner kick. Makes its way towards the net. And Pequannock is not able to capitalize on the block. Van Letten tries to go for it. And again, scores! Pequannock now takes the lead, 2-1. Rachel Cunningham makes it 2-1. Let's take a look on that replay there. And after being down 1-0, the Panthers will score 2 unanswered goals to take the lead. And here we go. Brought back into Pequannock zone. Zoe Wisner to pick it up. So Wisner kicks it to center. And Rachel Cunningham. Samantha Cunha. Ortega will fall on that, and it will go out of bounds as Kinnelon tries to take it. Brought back into play. And out again. Emily Ziegler brings it to Kinnelon's zone. On the rush, Caitlin Ziegler and Riley Tecumber, but Donaldson will grab onto that loose ball. Kicked out to center and into Pequannock's zone. Emily Ziegler with it, but Zoe Wisner will go out of her net to pick it up. 5 minutes remaining in our first half. It's been a solid first half. Kinnelon was the one to start first with the scoring, but Pequannock is able to score 2 to take the lead. Ball makes its way out of bounds on that. At center. And brought back in by the Colts. Makes its way to Katrina McMahon. But not out entirely. With it, Cerullo. And now, Koger. Or Koger. And now with it, Mullick. And still battling for it, Samantha Cunha. And it goes out of bounds. It's brought in from Kinnelon. Going with it, Cerullo. Pressure from Kinnelon now. Kicked up high to center. Caitlin Ziegler tried to rush to it, but Kinnelon kicks it out of bounds. And that ball up high makes its way to Kelly Donaldson. Kicked up high. Goes off, I believe, a couple bodies there. Brought in and off of Emily Ziegler. And now out of bounds. Schmaltz to bring it in for the Colts. Cirillo. Pass to number 19, Mullick. But then it's given to Riley DeCumber. And now Cecilia Colvin. Brought in by Ortega. Jay Lazmansky rushing for it. Jay Lazmansky. And unfortunately, it's picked off. Less than 2 minutes remaining, 1:22 to be specific. On the rush. Emily Zegler was able to catch up to it. And it will go out. Brought back in. Off of Addie Van Letten. She'll bring it out. Caitlin Zegler. Now on the rush to bring it out. She will. Shayla Osmansky now with it at center. Less than a minute remaining. 36 seconds remaining. Right up front. Shot. Stopped by Donaldson. Now with 20 seconds remaining. Pequannock still putting out pressure. With the last minute effort. Addie Van Letten brings it back in. And it's brought back out again. Off of a couple bodies at center. 3 seconds. And that will be it. Great first half by the Pequannock Panthers. Kinnelon was the first to score. Going up 1-0. But then Pequannock is able to tie it. And then take the lead. I believe Ortega may have scored that game-tying goal, but the game-leading goal as of right now was Rachel Cunningham. Great first half by the Panthers. And we're going to be going into a 10-minute intermission. So we'll see you momentarily. My name is Tyler Kasperzak, reporting to you live on TJK Network. Pequannock Panthers versus the Kinnelon Colts. And we'll see you momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, welcome back to TJK Network after our halftime intermission. Current score is 2-1 Pequannock. Kinnelon was the first to get on the board to take the initial lead, but Pequannock was able to capitalize and tie this game up and eventually take the lead of this game. It's been a solid game and performance by the Pequannock Panthers. And now we'll have 40 minutes to the clock for our second half. After this game, be sure to tune in on TJK Network 2 to watch the boys soccer game at Kinnelon. We'll be covering that at TJK Network Studios. My name is TJK NETWORK. If you guys are just joining, reporting to you live for the second half of the Pequannock Golden Panthers versus the Kinnelon Colts on TJK Network. And here we go. And it will go out while entering Pequannock's zone. Brought back in. And out again. Brought back in, this time being good. Out of Van Litten. Battling for it. He'll be taken back. And now Shale Osmanski with it. Ortega back to Osmanski. Nearly picked off. And then on second attempt, it is picked off. But then Panthers take it back with Caitlin Zegler doing that. Victoria Locke tries to give it to Riley Tecumber. And fortunately, it will go out. Brought back in. Brought back in twice after a second attempt. Van Letten. Bring it out towards center more. Pequannock's able to get possession. Victoria Locke will take it back to Samantha Cunha. Now Alexandra Ortega with it. Now back to Samantha Cunha. Turned over. Kinnelon brings it into Pequannock's zone. Katrina McMahon to rush for it. She'll take it, unfortunately, out. Brought in. Off the head of McMahon. Riley Tecumber able to get to it to kick it out. Ortega brings it over to Shayla Osmanski. She'll enter. Now Caitlin Zegler. Caitlin Zegler. And it will make its way wide right side of the net. Attempted to be brought out, but Pequannock keeps it in. Brought out. This time Kinnelon gets it. But Van Letten with it at center. Now to Riley Tecumber. Will deflect off of her though. And Kinnelon back with it. Kinnelon brings it into Pequannock's zone. On the rush, Emily Zegler with it. Emily Zegler is able to get it. But it's out. It's taken out. Kicked out by Addie Van Letten to center. Brought up a little high. And kicked in. Samantha Cunha with it. She'll try to take it to Osmanski, but it's picked off. Osmanski is able to pick it off herself. But unfortunately, that ball goes out. Brought in. And Addie Van Letten at center. Kicked back by Mortimer. And Emily Ziegler to bring it out. Victoria Locke on it now. Now Cecilia Colvin to Osmanski. Now on the rush. Kaylin Ziegler with it. Kaylin Ziegler tries to bring it to the net. It's stopped. Rebound. Stopped by Donaldson. Another shot towards the net, and it will go over. Clock will be stopped. Play will resume. And it'll be kicked back. But not out. Ortega with it now. Battle, running for it, Samantha Cunha. And it'll be kicked out. Colts bring it back in. Ortega. Now Victoria Locke. Battle for the front. Shot! Scores! Riley DeCumber, I believe that was, will extend the lead 3-1 for the Panthers. And I believe that was Riley DeCumber. And Riley DeCumber extends this lead by 2 now. Kinnelon trying to look for some pressure here to get, or to start. But Panthers continue with Ortega to bring it out. Alexandra Ortega. The sideline. It's out. Brought back in. Van Leyen tried to bring it out. And it's kicked wide. Left side. And it's kicked out to center. And kicked up high. Kaylin Ziegler. Ortega. Ortega making a move. As she enters, shot. Stopped by Donaldson. Currently with it. Colts trying to look for something to do here. Off of Ziegler. Brought back in. And out of bounds. Ball brought in. Out of Van Letten, that ball makes its way to. Turned over. And Van Letten, it makes its way back to as Kinnelon try to bring it in. At center. Rally to Comfort to bring it up high. Ball makes its way past Shayla Osmanski, unfortunately. And it will make its way out. And the Panthers to get a corner kick opportunity. Shayla Osmanski, I believe, to be kicking for it. Here's the kick. Up high. Off the head. Towards the net. On the rebounds. And it never made it towards it. Panthers still battle right by the net. And it's brought out of bounds. Samantha Cunha brings it back in. Off a couple bodies. Ortega at the corner. And it's out. Panthers still with it. Panthers get another corner kick opportunity. Shayla Osmanski kicking for it. Shayla Osmanski with the kick. Towards the net. Stopped. On the rebound. It makes its way in. Panthers extend their lead. The second attempt on the corner kick is good. And the Panthers capitalize on it again. Pequannock's last matchup against the Kinnelon Colts was on September 15th. And Pequannock shut them out 5-0. This was, I believe, at Kinnelon on the road. And at their second matchup, Pequannock currently leads 4-1. Right towards the net. Ortega on it again. Ortega tries to bring it towards the net, and it's kicked away by defense. By the defense. Ball's out again. And kicking for the Colts. Number 4, Julia Baker to bring it out. Still partially in Kinnelon's zone. Pequannock's able to capitalize and holding it in. Ortega to Osmanski. Now Riley to Cumber. She got pressured. And then it's brought out. Brought in. And it was out again. Thrown back in to center off of Rachel Cunningham and Shayla Osmanski. And ball makes its way back to Shayla. And it's out. Brought in. Off the top of Addie Van Lan's head. And Emily Ziegler tries to bow for it. And then it's taken to center by Katrina McMahon. Brought back to Cunha. Now to Addie Van Letten. Addie Van Letten to bring it through center. Now to Alexandra Ortega. Ortega with it. Picked off. And Mortimer knocked over. Picked over. Kinnelon's able to hold on. They bring it towards the net. It goes wide right side. And out. Addie Van Letten kicking for the Panthers once again. Kicked out to center. Nice move by Ortega to kick it. And Caitlin Ziegler. Try to get it to Ortega. It's picked off. Rachel Cunningham. Bringing it back in. Jordan Doty. Cerullo. And Samantha Cunha falls on that play. Colts getting the shot. Here's a shot. Only up at front. And brought towards the net. That's blocked. And it's kicked out to center. Brought back in. Goes off of Addy Van Letten's head. Battle for it. Kinnelon able to push in. Brought up front. Emily Ziegler brings it up high now. And it's out. Pretty cool weather outside in Pequannock, New Jersey. Currently 57 degrees outside. A little bit on the chilly side when it's a little windy. Shot towards the net. Stopped by Zoe Wisner. Kicked up high to center. And tried to be brought in by the Panthers. They're unable to. And Kinnelon will bring it towards the net of Zoe Wisner, and she will pick it up, leaving the net. At center, Victoria Locke. On the rush, Riley Chomko. Riley Chomko brings it towards the net, and in! Riley Chomko makes it 5-1. What a goal. We're going to take a look at that for y'all. Riley Chomko is able to get a break in the play, brings it towards the net, and the goalkeeper, Kelly Donaldson, falls down, and it trickles itself towards the net. And that ball goes out again. Out Van Len to kick again. Kicked out to center. Shayla Osmansky with it now. And out. Brought back into play. Kinnelon with it. Trying to steer around. They'll get it out to center. Addie Van Letten brings it over. It's picked off though. And officials point towards Kinnelon's offensive direction. Kick towards the net of Zoe Wisner, and she will hold on to it. Kicked out to center by Zoe Wisner. Matea Dimitroska. Who had it? Katrina McMahon. At center. Still battle for it. Kinnelon trying to set up here. Shayla Osmanski. Doesn't get it out. Brought towards the net. It will go wide right side. Kicked. Towards center. But Colts were able to bring it back in. Ortega battling for it. She is able to take it. Mia DeCumber to bring it to Shayla Osmanski. Now at center. Shayla Osmanski with it again. Still a battle for it. And Ortega now. Back at it. She'll take it out. Ava Martino now. She'll get tripped in that play. Nothing called. And kicked out again by Addie Van Letten while Kinnelon tries to push. But Pequannock's defense has been solid. Cecilia Colvin to give it to Shayla Osmanski. Matea Dimitroska trying to rush to that. Ball's not out. Ball not out to center. Katrina McMahon brings it further in. Ortega battling for it. Ortega with the move. Ortega shot from the side. And Matea Dimitroska nearly gets it right at front of the net. Went right past her. Brought back in by the Colts. And out again. Kicked out towards center. Addie Van Letten. Able to bring it more towards Kinnelon's side. And they will. Shayla Osmanski rushing in. Ortega kicks it from the side. Saved, but nearly given up as she didn't have it at first. But Donaldson is able to grab onto that to avoid a rebound. Kicked out now. Off the head of Mullick. Now kick towards the net. Zoe Wisner off the crossbar. And kicked again towards the net. And it will go over this time. Kicked out towards center. Up high. And brought up high again. Off the head of, I believe that was Pequannock. Makes its way out again. 13:35 remaining as a shot makes its way to Zoe Wizards. She'll stop it. Kicked out. A little towards center, but Kinnelon brings it back into Pequannock's zone. Off the head of Katrina McMahon. Now to Cecilia Colvin. Now at center. Ava Martina didn't see that behind her. And Kinnelon brings it back in. Ball makes its way towards Zoe Wisner. Hitting a Colt player on accident nearly towards her. I don't know if I got that on camera fast enough. So Wisner was able to grab it though. It made its way towards her, but then she missed it because she accidentally hit a player, but she was able to pick it up. Close call, but it was knocked on the Colts player. She was able to get up from that. Zoe kicked it out the center, and now Shayla Osmansky to bring it in, but it's quickly picked off. Now Rachel Cunningham. Little deflection from Shayla Osmansky. Now Ortega with it. Now Rachel Cunningham. Rachel Cunningham brings it towards Ava Martino, but it's stolen by a couple Colts players on the defense. Brought out and a little bit towards Pequannock's zone. Van Letten to bring it to Cecilia Colvin at center. Now brought back by Katrina McMahon. Kinnelon kicks it through center again. They try to get some possession going here. Shayla Osmansky at center now. Ortega. Osmansky. And try to pass it to Ortega. Baker will pick that one off. Pequannock. Taken by Ziegler. And Rachel Cunningham gives it to Osmansky. Rachel knocked over, and the refs called that one. On the left side of us, we have some pretty dark clouds, and I got a notification that we're expecting rain soon again. There's currently 10 minutes and 45 seconds and counting remaining left of this game. Expected to start at 5:39, so hopefully we'll have this game wrapped up before the rain comes. Now ball is kicked into Kinnelon's zone and then now brought out. Brought out of bounds. Brought back into play. Victoria Locke. Now Riley Tecumber. That ball is taken to center by the Colts. Ortega at center now. Ortega gets it stolen by Doty and then kicked out of bounds. Samantha Cunha to bring it in. Now to Rachel Cunningham. Shayla Osmansky At center. She'll bring it through center to Mia DeCumber. And Rachel Cunningham brings it to Shayla Osmanski and try to give it to Ortega, but just short of that. And it will go out of bounds. Left side of the net of Donaldson. Kicked out to center. Addie Van Letten launches that one back into Kinnelon's zone. Ortega to rush for it. Ortega, just on the corner, is able to keep it in play. Cunha. And now Caitlin Ziegler brings it to the net. And stopped by Donaldson. I believe it may have went wide too, but Donaldson got a piece of it. It went a little bit left side. I'm not sure. I believe Donaldson did get a piece of that. Panthers get a corner kick out of that, though. Shayla Osmanski get a kick for it. Kicked by Osmanski towards the net up front. And it's brought towards the net and in! Panthers are able to capitalize once again on another corner kick and extend the lead by 5. Score is now 6-1. And at center now. And currently now, Rachel Cunningham to Riley Chomko. Now Shayla Osmanski with it. At the sideline, she was able to keep it in. Shayla Osmanski brings it toward the net again. And that ball makes its way in, and the Panthers score again. Mateja Dimitrovska makes it 7-1 Panthers. Assisted by Riley DeCumber. That ball made its way to Riley DeCumber, and then the goalkeeper went out, and it made its way to Mateja Dimitrovska, and she was able to shoot on that open net, and it is now 7-1 Panthers. Great goal by Mateja. And here we go. At center, Cecilia Colvin. And it made its way out. And Kinnelon trying to push here. Currently on it. Cerullo towards the net. Stopped by Zoe Wisner. And Zoe Wisner kicks it out. To center, up high, I believe that was by Riley Chomko. Still battle for it. Reaching our 5-minute marker in the second half. And the Colts, Fanon trying to bring it up. And gets brought in deeper in Kinnelon's zone. But Kinnelon's with it now. Going with it, making some moves was Mullick. And it was picked off at center. And then taken back by the Colts. Colts trying to set up here. Cerullo. And it's brought towards net on the right side of Zoe Wisner. And the Colts with the kick here coming up. Cerullo. Here's the kick. And they score. Alicia Cerullo makes it 7-2 now for the Colts. And here we go with the kickoff. And currently with it, Kaylee Bunsen now. At center. Riley Chomko, she gets tripped on that. And Kaylin Ziegler for the kick to bring it into the Colts zone. Colts are able to keep it in play. Makes its way to Baker. And out. Kicked out. To center. Nearly to center. And Mullick tried to keep it in, but she slipped on that and it went out. Kelly Bunsen to bring it back in. Curling with it, Cerullo. Made its way out. Less than 2 minutes remaining in our second half of this game. Brought back into play. Kicked out to Riley Chomko. She tried to get it, and she'll have to take it back to Kaylee Bunsen. Now to Cecilia Colvin. And Kaylee Bunsen not able to get to that. They'll take it to Caitlin Ziegler. And Caitlin Ziegler's the one to kick it to Riley Chomko. Riley Chomko with it. Now at center, it makes its way to the Colts. They'll get it. Schmaltz being the one. Now with it is Cerullo again. Now pass to Mullick. Mullick brings it in. Less than a minute remaining with 40 seconds to go as the ball went out. Ball kicked across the field. And it's picked off by, I believe that's Ava Martino. And the ball will go out of bounds. "12 seconds remain." Kicked out to center to Riley Chomko. And Victoria Locke will hold it off. And there is your final score, folks. Panthers win. And they'll win with a 5-point lead. Or, excuse me, 5-goal lead. Great game by the Pequannock Panthers, as they will now, I believe, clinch the top in the conference. They'll clinch the conference in first place. They'll improve to a 13-1 record, and Kinnelon will fall down from 8-4 to 8-5, or 8-4-1 to 8-5-1, excuse me. Otherwise, that concludes today's matchup. So, your final score, 7-2 Panthers. And now we will be getting ready to broadcast the boys soccer game at Kinnelon. And that's going to be another good matchup. So, if you want to watch that, that will be available on TJK Network too. Anyways, my name is Tyler Kazuzak with the TJK Network. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Peace out, everybody.